been incredibly fortunate with this year's spring weather. It has been lovely, sunny and dry. The early flowering daffodils have finished flowering, so I'm replacing them with another variety that has just started to flower. This is why I plant my bulbs in plastic containers and not directly into the terracotta pots. I can easily swap them when the plants have finished flowering and replace them. This way I can keep the display going for a very long time. I keep rearranging the pots until I'm happy with where they are. I'm quite pleased with the display, if I may say so myself. The ice king daffodils have finished flowering, so I've changed the display here. And I have added these ones. These are called Acropolis. A beautiful double white daffodil, and they're really, really fragrant. So yeah, I think they're really, really beautiful. I'm not sure if they will flower again next year, because this is the first year that I grow them, but I will definitely going to keep them and see how they perform next year. And I've also added these, I think these are called Spanish daisies, in a beautiful pale yellow color. I think they're really pretty. Now these ones can't cope with frost, so I need to keep an eye out on them and check the weather forecast. So if they forecast frost during the night, I will have to place them somewhere indoors. The ice king daffodils on the terrace have also finished flowering. I remove all the flower heads so that they can focus on storing all their energy into the bulbs for next year's display. I will place the containers out of sight at the back of my garden, where the daffodils can die back slowly. I've replaced them with a daffodil called white meadow. It is the first time that I grow this variety, but I prefer the Acropolis daffodils. Another first-timer is a daffodil with huge double yellow and cream flowers. This one is called Joint Venture. I think it's absolutely magnificent. I must admit that after a few days the flowers were getting floppy and needed staking. The tulips alongside the path start to flower. These are the tomatoes that I've sown a couple of weeks ago, and they've done incredibly well. Most of them germinated, but they're getting a little bit crowded in this little pot. So I'm going to divide them and put them on in these 9 cm pots. So I'm just going to turn them over, and then you can easily break them up in individual plants. These, I have to be careful with this one, so very close to each other. Fill the pots and then pop it in, and I plant them as deep as possible, because this way they will form roots onto the stems. So this one's done. Plant them as deep as possible and fill with soil around it. And before I continue, I'm going to water them because it's quite sunny and dry, and then I'm going to place them somewhere in the shade and let them settle in. I'll water them on the tray and in the pots as well. It is better to prick out and transplant seedlings on an overcast day so that they don't dry out, and usually we get a lot of those. But this spring is exceptional with so much sunshine. Therefore, in between filming, I'm watering the tomatoes and place them in the shade. So, let's get these in the shade. I don't have a greenhouse, so I'm growing them outside in the garden and in containers. The cherry tomatoes usually do well, unless we have a very cold and wet spring and summer, like last year, when the tomatoes didn't ripen and suffered from blight. The beefsteak tomatoes need a lot of warmth, so it very much depends on the weather that we get. I will grow them in the hottest spot of my garden, near the brick wall that holds a lot of warmth from the sun. Other than giving them a lot of TLC in the form of feeding and watering, it is out of my hands, and I can only hope for the best. But if successful, there's nothing better than enjoying the taste of homegrown tomatoes in a summer salad. It is getting quite busy in the vegetable garden with all the seedlings. I've placed the tomatoes in the polytunnel, as the nights can still be quite cold. As usually, I have too many seedlings, so planting them all in the garden will be a challenge. Behind the tomatoes, I have some nasturtiums. I've potted on the butter lettuce until it is warm enough to plant them into the garden. It is getting a bit too hot for the rockets that I have been harvesting for many weeks now. The snapdragons are growing well and are almost ready to be pricked out. The peas are growing well, trying to reach the fence. I've sown sunflowers to use as cut flowers. The beetroots look a bit sad. Freshly sown rocket seedlings are appearing. The cosmos that I have sown and potted on are doing quite well, as well as the phlox. I haven't grown these before, so I'm looking forward to seeing them flower. More cosmos. This is Matricaria, a chamomile-like cut flower. My stock flowers are a bit disappointing and not growing well at all. There's some Brussels sprouts. I grow some strawberries in containers, as well as directly in the soil in the vegetable garden. In my mind, the garden is a lot bigger than it actually is, and I have way too many seedlings, so planting them all in the garden will be quite a challenge. I love spring, especially this year with the lovely weather. I think it is my favorite season, when the spring bulbs flower and the garden starts to burst into life. The excitement of sowing seeds and anticipation of what new flowers will look like and what homegrown veg will taste like. I hope you all have a wonderful spring and enjoy this video. I will end the video with a few bloopers. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more videos. Hope to see you next time. They can't cope with frost, so I need to keep an eye out on them if it's voor blah 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 blah. Zo'n lawaai maken, hè, mensjes? So I've added these ones. I think these are called Spanish daisies. Have to keep an eye out on them because they can't cope with frost. So if they forecast frost, I need to place them indoors. En dat was een hond die aan het keffen was. En daar was een schuurmachine. A beautiful double white flower, and this... Nou, ze moet het maar.